everyone, welcome back to the vlog. It's been a couple weeks since I've posted a video vlog, so happy to be back. And as you can see, I have moved. This is my LA room. I'm staying in a house of artists and I have one room in here. It's great, it's awesome. The people I live with are really fun and really nice, and yeah, it's exciting. So I moved to LA and I've been auditioning a lot and working hard, and I released Aloha just about a week ago, I think. Yeah, should have been a week ago. Anyway, Aloha is out there. That's been released. You can see it at my YouTube channel, which is possibly here if that's where you're viewing this from. Also on my website, on Facebook, links are put up on Twitter, any of my social media, you can find the video there. So yeah, that's been a really fun experience. We're doing a really lovely newsletter about the process of writing Aloha and some of the people that I worked with and the opportunity to be in Maui and film the project. So it's been a really fun ride with that one, really great. I also, just this last week, I wrote a new song. I don't know how many of you know, but my sister-in-law, Charissa, was diagnosed with cancer just a little over a week before Christmas. It's been a struggle for me to write about it. I've really wanted to write something, but I wanted it to be uplifting, and I wanted it to be honest about how I've been feeling about it, and I was able to write something. I don't know how uplifting it is, but it's definitely honest, and I'm excited to publish that, but I think it may be some time before I do. It's really about my feelings towards Charissa and trying to have some long-term perspective of the whole situation. So it's not an upper, but I don't know that it's really a downer. It's just really honest. It just depends on when I think my family maybe is ready. I think that they'll connect pretty closely to the feelings that I've been feeling about it. In other news, so I've been auditioning a lot and really worried about my financial situation in LA. A couple weeks ago, I went into audition for Mickey and the Magical Map at Disneyland. The casting director, he said, well, you're not right for this show, but come on Wednesday, come and just sing something for the ensemble of Frozen. And I thought, great, Wednesday I'll show up. This was a Monday, so I'm thinking, yeah, like 2 days from now I'll show up at this other audition. And I showed up there, and I had a song ready, as he had told me to have prepared, and everyone else was running monologue. I went to the monitor and I said, I'm planning to sing. Is that what's happening right now? And he said, no, this is an improv role in the park for citizens of Buena Vista Street. When the casting director had said Wednesday, he had intended to say the following Wednesday. So I auditioned, I did my monologue that day, and I actually got a call back and went into the callback that Friday, and then and that went really well. It was really fun. Made some new friends. Came in the next Wednesday, and I hadn't been able to be in town for the principal auditions for Frozen. It had kind of been on my radar just because jobs in the parks are really great job security. They run for a really long time, and if you should happen to get another gig, they're pretty understanding of you leaving but then coming back. I can use this opportunity to show them that I can play a principal in the future. So I sang Anna's song for the first time in forever, and they gave me a little bit of direction on it, which is always a good sign in my opinion. And then they asked me to come to the callback, or the dance call, excuse me, the next day on Thursday. So Thursday I went to the dance call. I knew that we were going to be partnering, and we did one partner dance, and then they did a cut. Then we did a second partner dance, and they did a cut, and then they had us measured, all the while telling us this is not an offer, like, we're having you measured because after today, once we send out offers, the process needs to move really quickly because of where the show is at right now and when it needs to open. Disney's very thorough with everything they do. I mean, they were measuring like the width around these two fingers, and then the width around these two fingers, and then the width around these two fingers, and this width, and just very like detailed all the way through. And they made a couple really interesting plastic bag molds of my head for wigs and hair pieces and everything. That was kind of odd just to be in that level of the process, but still thinking this isn't an offer, we might not hear. So that was Thursday, and he had told us on Thursday that if we got the job, then we would hear by Friday night. I also kind of like was poking for information with the casting director, and he asked me if I had been to those original principal auditions, and I said no, I was out of town, I hadn't moved here yet, I wasn't able to come. And I said, that's why I sang Anna's song. And he divulged that the director had said, oh, well, maybe in the future. Because of course they'd already chosen Anna by that point. We're at the very end. We were at like the very last casting call for this first cast of Frozen. So Friday came, and I had another audition, and Friday night went, and I thought, okay, well, you didn't get it, so just buckle down, like think about ways that you could have maybe done better in that audition. Don't be hard on yourself. You definitely got all the way through. You weren't cut at all. Feel good about it. I was kind of frustrated and feeling like, okay, like I need to make some money. I applied on all of these websites to teach lessons or dog sit or stuff like that, just because I needed cash. And then I got an email. I saw it on my phone. I got an email, and the subject was your Frozen offer, and I got so excited. I didn't even get a chance to read the email, and I immediately got a call from the casting director. But yeah, that's how it all kind of happened. So and now I'm doing Frozen. Yay! Those are the big things in the future. My main thing, I'm going to be doing a lot of rehearsals for Frozen up front. I was hired as an ensemble swing, which means that once we start the show, I may not have that many shifts, or that much work, because I'm not scheduled within the actual work week. I don't have any regular shifts, but as a swing, people will call me to fill in if they're sick or injured, or they need to go out of town, or whatever else. My understanding, and the terminology at Disney may be different, I still don't know, but usually a swing means that you learn several different tracks, and you have to be ready to perform them at any moment. I've never been a swing before. I'm excited to be able to put swing somewhere on my resume and take the challenge of learning several different tracks and being really on top of that. So I'm just excited for the rehearsal process. It's going to be 6 days a week, daytime hours, starting on the 15th of March all the way through until Frozen opens in May. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be great, and I just feel really blessed more than anything. I think there was a lot of turmoil in the process of getting a place to live, and the way that I happened upon this house was just kind of through a friend of a friend, through my church, and they had a room available, and it's month to month, and it's a really good deal, and I could just get here. And just right when I'm kind of getting to the end of my non-emergency savings, this job has come up, and it's a job that does offer a lot of security, and being that I'm a swing, it'll also offer me a lot of flexibility and allow me to do my music, and that's what the future really is about. I'm really wanting to be doing a lot more music and pushing that forward. I was able to last weekend write a piece for a friend of mine who she works for an improv interactive theater tour of Venice, California, and they asked me to write a song for their opening of the tour. And I realized that I was able to write something cohesive and something that was directed by a third party and taken all the notes from that and that I was able to do it fairly quickly. I just kind of procrastinate my writing process. I'll put off writing for other things that are more urgent, and I don't want to do that anymore. I definitely want to be putting my music right up there, you know, right at the top of my priority list, and making more music for everyone to enjoy, making more videos, and getting my voice more determined and then more out there. So anyway, thanks for checking in. Also, I would love it if you checked out my Patreon page. If you're interested in becoming a patron, that would just mean the whole world to me. For those of you who are already patrons, thank you, thank you, thank you. You make so much possible, and yeah, have a lovely week, and hopefully I'll see you back on the vlog next time.